Okay, this is 1978 Land Cruiser FJ40 from Japan, and I'm going to give you a walk around tour of the vehicle and then an up close tour of the vehicle. I bought the vehicle 2.5 months ago from a gentleman who had it imported from Japan. He does this on a regular basis. He had 3 of them brought in, and this was the one that he had that was diesel. It's a right-hand drive. Came from Japan. Mileage on the odometer shows to be a little over 77,000 kilometers, which that works out to be about 44,000 US. Mileage was reported as actual and original. Now you'll see some of the black spots here on the vehicle. Those are primer marks. There were some bubbles in the paint, and I'll tighten up on that. I don't know if that really shows it well or not, but we'll see. There were some marks in the paint, and due to that, I basically took a wire brush and knocked it off, and there is some Bondo work that was actually done some earlier time. So it has been repainted at least once. The Bondo is minimal, as you can see here. I left that one there, and the Bondo is minimal, but it's apparently on the rivet line. You can kind of see here, but it'll clean up quite nice. Looking under the vehicle in the fender well, you see here there's really no rust down in there other than just surface rust. And the frame itself is solid. Some surface rust on the pipe, and some surface rust right there on the edge, which again is very minimal. The vehicle's solid on all the fender wells. Now the doors do have some rust through, and these, as you can see, are rusted through, and that's from the rain would settle down in here, and then it would drop at the bottom of the door, and that's all that is from. It's from the rain. So again, it's not a rust bucket. Don't think that it is. And there's the door edge again, and you can see it's rusted through. So I've already purchased the replacement panels, which are basically, the replacement panels basically come up to about here, and this portion of the door would get cut off. The replacement panel is welded on. Any paint shop can do that for you. Well, any paint shop with any skill. Now there is a little rust here in this area, but again, same thing. It was just surface rust. A little covering and repair, it'll be fine. There's no breakthrough rust or anything like that. If you look down in these areas here, same thing. And there's a little bit right there, which again, it's surface. It's just surface rust. So it's not a rust bucket. I'll show you the inside of the vehicle. Showing you. Inside the door, see, nothing in there. Same thing here. Flooring is all good. And up in here, panels, everything's clean. As you can see, the vehicle is in very good condition considering its age. It's 1978, so remember it's 30 years old. Seats look like they've been recovered once, and I based that off the headrest and this. This is a different color than these. It looks like the headrest were either changed out or they were not recovered and the seats were recovered once, but I've had a couple people that have looked at it and said that that's original. So there we go. It is currently inspected in the state of Texas, which means it's passed its safety regulations in this state, which means you shouldn't have any problems in any other state. I just had that done. And there's the most recent Japanese inspection that took place over in Japan before it came over. And the headliner itself, you don't have to replace it, but I would. It wouldn't be that much, a few $100s probably for a new headliner. If you're going to do a complete restore, it would definitely be worth doing. And alright, so there's that. I said that this was, again, I sprayed primer on any of the spots that I thought might be deep rust. I knocked the rust off with a rotary wire brush and then just sprayed primer on them so they didn't add any more rust to it. That's all that is. Alright, so we go around the front now. Same thing, black spot there. I took the emblems off the vehicle. Do have brand new replacement emblems, factory OEMs. Now this vehicle actually has the PTO driven winch, which is a very unusual factory option. Works fine, pulls right off the motor when you engage the PTO, which I'll show you that when we get inside. Then up under here, again, there is surface rust here on things, but it's not you know, there's no rusting, there's no serious rust or anything like that. It's just surface rust from rain, and that's going to be common on any vehicle. But as you can see, it does have the disc brakes. Did not have the upgrade done yet. Shocks will probably need to be replaced. They seem a little saggy. They look a little bit old. And there we go. There's a little rust here on the front. Again, it's by the screws. That's all that is. It's just surface rust on that. And once again, there is the little bit of rust that's on that right there. The vehicle was coated before it came over. So again, it's surface rust. If you were going to do a complete restore, you'd want to pull it down to the frame and have the frame bead blasted and re-powder coated, and that's for the extreme enthusiast. But as you can see, fenders are in good condition. There's no real surface rust at all on the fenders, except there's a little bit right here on the side tip. But that's really about it. Everything else holds out really well. The bumper, okay. Same thing on the driver's side. Remove the emblems, and we have the same issue with the door over here. And that's the rust on the bottom. And it breaks through. It's not completely through, but yeah, you can see it breaks through there. And we have the replacements. Same thing. There's a little spot of rust right here, which you can see. I wire brushed it off. It did not go deep, and I didn't primer that because I wanted to leave that piece so people could see that it didn't actually go through. Could be treated, but it didn't go through. Same thing over here. We got wear marks from people coming in and out, and of course the seat could use a replacement because it's been broken down over the years. Actually, the mileage is, I said 77. It's 73. I don't know why I keep thinking 77, but it's 73,000 kilometers on it. Choke, so on and so forth. I'm going to start the vehicle up now. It's been sitting out here for a couple of days without starting, and see how quickly it starts up. Give the... Okay. There you go. The vehicle starts right up, no problems. It has a manual throttle control for warming it up. You want to leave it running, you can. There's the Japanese inspection stickers. Showing mileage.